Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Young Guns hockey video. And today we are doing the Atlantic Division. Again, this video is just me. Jordan isn't in it. Like the first two division preview videos you guys saw, it's just me, Spence. So let's get right into it. We're going to go with a team that is kind of interesting in this division. We're going to go with the Buffalo Sabres. This team at times is look promising. But again, I just feel like they have too many holes in this roster. Yes, they have Jack Eichel. If Kyle Okapozo could stay healthy, they have Ryan O'Reilly. They get Sam Reinhart might have a good season. He's a UFA coming up this year. He's going to want to have a good season. So I mean, the Buffalo Sabres could be they could be one of those teams. I mean, they got Dmitry Kolikov, so I mean that's something. But again, Robin Lehner just hasn't really shown me too much promise for where I could pick them as a playoff team. So if I had to choose where the Sabres are, like probably. Now, I don't think they're going to be bottom of the Atlantic. I think they'll be fifth or sixth. Um, so that's where I see the Buffalo Sabres are going to be. Where they're going to be, that's where I think they're going to be, not where they're going to be. So next up is the Toronto Maple Leafs. All right, so the Toronto Maple Leafs, good old white and blue. So this team looks good, in terms of prospects. I mean, they got that guy, Timothy, whatever his name is, Weigren in the draft. Hopefully, he can be one of those defensemen that can, help build on this team and carry their team. They have some good offensive weapons, obviously. Mitch Marner, William Nylander, Austin Matthews, Nazem Kadri, JVR. I mean, they have a wide variety of that. My problem, though, with the Maple Leafs, I don't know why I said it again, but my problem with the Maple Leafs is their defense. I still just don't feel like it's strong enough to have a deep playoff run. Plus, they also got rid of Matt Hunwick. They did get Ron Hainsey back. They did get Ron Hainsey from Pittsburgh. So, I mean, there's kind of a give and give back. I mean, Matt Hunwick's now gone, now in Pittsburgh, so it's kind of, both teams kind of practically swapped, even though they didn't. Ron Hainsey's a guy who's he could be a top four, I guess. I mean, he's kind of, he's not the greatest skater anymore. So that could be an issue. So, I mean, hopefully Timothy Weigren can be a pretty good defenseman for the Maple Leafs, as they go on. I mean, Morgan Riley's pretty decent, but other than that, their defense isn't really anything to talk home about. Goaltending again, Frederik Andersen is going to have to show signs of consistency if this team wants to get to the Stanley Cup final. Plus, after this year, they got to pay guys like Matthews and Marner. I mean, the financial situation for the Maple Leafs could be pretty scary, especially with Marlowe's contract coming in next year. But if I had to predict where this team finishes in the division, probably like third or fourth, like a wild card team. So that's what I think about the Maple Leafs. Next up, the good old Montreal Canadiens. Ah, yes, the Montreal Canadiens. Huh. Kind of funny who you seeing this picture. Alexander Radulov kind of went to Dallas. What happened there, Montreal? Anyway, this team, I have a lot of questions for the Montreal Canadiens. Okay, most of them are pertaining to the defense. Shea Weber just isn't that good anymore. He's kind of declining. I mean, he has a good shot, don't get me wrong, but I mean, he's not the fastest skater anymore. You lost a lot of your defensive depth in the offseason, which is kind of scary. Wow, you got Devin Swepko. Holy shit, you're so good. Offense. Jonathan Drouin, I don't know if he's suitable at the center position. We just have to see how he plays in an actual season, not just preseason highlights. You know what I mean? But their offense is good. Max Pacioretty, Gillian, Chuck, Radulov, I would have said, but he's not there. Radulov. What? He's not there anymore. Max Pacioretty, Jonathan Drouin probably would be in there. Gillian, Chuck, Max Pacioretty. I've said Gillian, Chuck. I don't know. I'm having a hard time right now. Pacioretty, Gillian, Chuck. Mechanics, I guess. Sure, we'll throw them in there. You get the picture. They have offensive guys that can score. Their defense is kind of scary. Then obviously their goaltending is pretty good with Gary Price. So next up, we'll move on to the Detroit Red Wings. Oh man, what happened to the great dynasty the great dynasty Hockey Town? What happened to Hockey Town? What happened to Detroit, man? They're just a dumpster fire now, full of obnoxious, ridiculous contracts. Justin Applicator for $4.2 million. What? I mean, they have some promising youth, I guess. I mean, Michael Rasmussen, they just drafted. Dylan Larkin, obviously. Anthony Mata. Andreas. Oh, Anticiu. Yeah, what happened with that? How's that going? Defensively, are a train wreck. I mean, Robbie Russo is somewhat promising, but he's not your future. I mean, they do have Anthony Maffa, Larkin, blah blah blah. I mean, they have some pieces, but overall, I feel like this team's going to be at the bottom of the division. So what is that? Seventh. So seventh in the division. Their goaltending, Peter Mazurek, is just a guy that's never impressed me at all. He's just not that great. So yeah, the Detroit Red Wings, bottom of the Atlantic. Next up is the good old Panthers, good old Florida Panthers. What the heck happened to the Florida Panthers, man? They were supposed to be one of the greatest teams in the league last year. What the heck happened? Well, let me tell you, okay? The Florida Panthers, I just don't see them being a playoff team, especially in the East. Kind of how tight it is, especially right now. Not a playoff team. I mean, they're probably going to be like above the Red Wings. So is that sixth? Maybe fifth. I guess maybe fifth. But I mean, I think the Atlantic's starting to heat up here a bit, with playoff teams and teams wanting to make the playoffs. So before the Panthers lost a lot, especially this offseason, too. I mean, Yager's gone. They got Evgeny Dadonov. Oh, yeah, it's funny. Great meme there. They lost Jonathan Marchessault and Riley Smith in the expansion draft, so see how that affects them. Their defense, they did lose a bit of their defense. Also, is Aaron Ekblad regressing now with these injuries? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they do have James Reimer and Roberto Luongo, so a pretty decent goaltending core there. But I feel like Luongo is going to be declining a bit. He was last year. So they're going to have to, I'm guessing they're going to split both of them. But overall, I just don't see this team making the playoffs, especially with how tight the East is getting, especially Atlantic now with Tampa Bay looking to bounce back. So I do not see them making the playoffs. Next up, we will do the Tampa Bay Lightning. All right, so the Tampa Bay Lightning. People watching this video right now. That's a nice picture. Corey Conacher. Anyway, so the Tampa Bay Lightning. This team, again, is a sleeper team in my opinion. If Steven Stamkos can stay healthy, this team's a cup contender in my opinion. I mean, they have the pieces. They have the defense to do it. Anton Strawman, Victor Hedman, now Nikita Sergachev too. I mean, that's pretty scary. What I was gonna say Ben Bishop, Andrei Vasilevsky. I mean, they have some pretty decent goaltending over there in Tampa Bay. And then their offense, they did lose Druin, but it's kind of whatever. Well, it'll be interesting to see how that affects the Lightning, losing Druin. But I don't know. I mean, they have Nikita Kucherov. They got some good guys. They got Braden Point, who might be a pretty decent player this year in like fantasy. Steven Stamkos, especially if he can stay healthy. So I really do feel like this team could be good. So, I mean, I'm going to go on a limb here. This is going to be a big one, but I think they can win the Atlantic Division if all the pieces work for this team, like Steven Stamkos staying healthy, Andrei Vasilevsky, being healthy as well. I feel like this team can do some damage in the Atlantic Division. So next up, and finally, the good old boys club, the Boston Bruins. Ah, yes, the good old boys club. I don't even know what to make of this team anymore. I mean, they got David Pastrnak. Yay, David Pastrnak, our future. I mean, you finally have a good defenseman in Charlie McAvoy on your blue line. I mean, you lost Con Miller. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how Boston handles like the loss of Con Miller and all that. But McAvoy is pretty promising up there with Chara, and then you got who? I forgot who the top four defenseman is on that team, but their defense looks pretty promising. I mean, we'll see if Chara's mileage in the NHL wears on him this year. But yeah, their offense is pretty good. Brad Marchand, Patrice Bergeron, David Pastrnak. I mean, they have some good peaches there. David pieces. David Krejci. They have some things. But I think the Boston Bruins likely are probably going to be fighting with like a wild card position from a team from like the Metropolitan and all that. They also have Tuukka Rask. Oh yeah, they just put Malcolm Subban on waivers while I'm making this video, so it's kind of funny. So I hope you guys are enjoying this the preview videos, and if you guys want me to do like more like maybe prediction videos on how like a season or go or how our team or like what kind of trades are gonna go on, just comment below. So I hope you guys enjoyed these preview videos, and we'll see you in the next one. When you forget to add the Ottawa Senators, I'm sorry, Senators fans. Oh Jesus! I forgot the idea of Ottawa Senators. I just realized it like right now, right when the video was rendering. I was like, oh shit. Excuse me, I have hiccups. Anyway, so for the Ottawa Senators, I mean, again, they're kind of the same team as like Boston. I feel like they're gonna be in it a bit, but I think the Ottawa Senators are probably gonna beat like the Boston Bruins at like a wild card spot. So they're probably like 4 for 5th in the in the Atlantic Division. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is legit the end now. I'm sorry, Ottawa fans, for forgetting the Ottawa Senators. Hope you guys enjoy these division preview videos. And if you guys want to like comment below of any video ideas that we can do on this channel, please do so. And we'll see you in the next one. For real this time.